So in the last session, I just gave introduction to concepts and introduction to myself. Okay, so today is our first demo, actually, the first topic I'm explaining today. So in this demo session, I'll explain about the features of Linux. What is Linux? Why Linux? Why people are switching to Linux, and why many technologies are coming, latest technologies are coming with Linux operating system. Why in all the technologies we are using Linux, why we are taking this as a base. So to know that, we'll discuss some features of Linux operating system. Okay, so first of all, Linux, it is an operating system. As you know, it is an operating system. What is operating system? Operating system is an interface between user and hardware. In order to interact with hardware components, we need an interface. So operating system is an interface between user and hardware. We have many operating systems, not only Linux. We have Windows, especially we can say Windows. We have Windows operating system, which is user friendly, which is next finish. No need to learn anything specially for that. If you want to install Linux in your laptop or desktop and you want to store some data in your PC, we don't need to learn specially something for that. For the basic things, no need to learn anything in Windows. But Linux is not like that. Linux is not user friendly, not next finish. But why people are going with Linux means there are some features in Linux operating system. So that is what we are going to discuss in today's session. Okay. Why Linux? So first is open source. Linux is open source. Means source code we get along with the operating system. No need to pay license fee because source code we get along with the operating system. So, and we can modify the operating system as per our requirement. We can also modify our operating system because here source code, the document source code, it is editable. We can edit it. I'm repeating again, Linux open source. Source code we get along with the operating system. So no need to purchase the operating system. Directly you can download and install it. Even in server PC also. But Windows is not like that. They'll charge for the license fee, like single user, 3 users, 5 users, depends on number of users you installed. They will charge for that. It is not free. And that is predefined. What are the options and they give, we follow the same thing in Windows. Okay. So first difference is open source. I'm repeating. First, open source. Source code we get along with the operating system. So no special license key here because source code is free, open. Second is multitasking. We can configure multiple tasks. This feature is there in most of the operating system. Even in Windows also we have the feature multitasking. Like we can open multiple applications at a time. We can listen songs, we can open Adobe Reader, we can work, we can do multiple tasks. It is available. In Linux also, the feature is available. Multitasking. Multiple tasks we can do at a time. Next is multi-user. What is this users? See, can anyone tell me how many types of users we have? Any idea how many types of users we have? Three types. What are they? Yeah, what are they? Can you tell what are they? There are three types of users. Single user, Actually, I can say operating systems, types of operating systems. We can discuss like types of operating system. Single user, single task operating system. Second, single user, multitask operating system. And third is multi-user, multitask operating system. So there are three types of operating system. We can discuss as types of operating system, three types of operating systems. Single user, single user, multitask, and multi-user, multitask. So the first type of operating system is single user, single task. It means only one user can log in and that user can perform only one task. If they open one file, the same time they want to listen the songs, they cannot do. Only one task they can perform at a time. Example is DOS, disk operating system. That is the first operating system. Second is single user multitask. Here also, only one user can log in at a time. How many users list it is showing? Still, we can click on only one user, but that user can perform multiple tasks. The user can perform multiple tasks. They can open multiple applications, they can run, they can listen songs, they can watch movie, they can do multiple tasks at a time. So example for this is Windows. So when you open your Windows, when it is showing multiple user accounts, still we'll click on only one user account, right? So if you want to log in into another user, first we log out from one user, then only we log in into another user. But every user can do multiple tasks. That's why Windows is single user multitask. And next is multi-user multitask. Here multiple users can log in and every user can perform multiple tasks. At a time, multiple users can log in. Without logging out from one user, you can log in into another user. Multiple users we can run at a time. And every user can perform their own task. Example is Linux. So this all as features of Linux, whatever I'm explaining now, every point in further classes I will show practically. Whatever I'm explaining as features of Linux, everything I'll show one by one, everything I'll show practically. I'm repeating, first is open source. Source code we get along with the operating system. So operating system is free to everyone. Multiple users, multiple tasks it can do at a time. And also multi-users. Multiple users can log in and they can perform multiple tasks. And next one is portability. It means can be installed on all hardware architecture. It doesn't require any specific hardware environment. It works with any hardware environment. Like if you see AIX server, it requires IBM architecture. But Linux works with any architecture. Even Windows also works with any architecture. It doesn't require any special hardware environment. So Linux is portability. One reason is can be installed on all hardware architecture. Another thing is it works with least hardware environment also. If you have least hardware environment, like 512 MB or 1 GB RAM, 10 GB hard disk is there also. You can configure Linux. We can install Linux. Is this points clear? Open source, multitask, multi-user, and portability. These points are clear to everyone? Can someone respond?
Yes, madam.
Yeah. Continuation to features of Linux. Scalability. So same operating system can be installed on normal desktop PC to supercomputer. Operating system is same. normal desktop PC to supercomputer. We have only one operating system. Can anyone tell me how many types of operating systems are there in Windows? Any idea? How many types of operating systems are there in Windows? Exactly. Two types of operating systems there, server and client. Client means which requests for the services, server means which provides requested service. So there are two types of operating systems, client operating system and server operating system. So operating systems are different for client PCs and separate PCs. Now, if you install client operating system, or something like Windows 10 or Windows 11, something you installed and you created some files and folders or personal data. All of a sudden, something if you want to run Apache, you want to run DNS, DHCP, something server if you want to run. That is not possible there. What to do? Uninstall client operating system, install server operating system, and then you can install servers. But coming to Linux, here we have single operating system for client PCs and server PCs. Operating system is same for client PCs and server PCs. Operating system is same in Linux. That is also advantage here. So basic commands, what we discuss, what we learn in starting initial topics, what we learn, the same commands we use till end of the course. Here, from normal desktop PC to supercomputer, operating systems are same. Okay, we don't have separate operating system. So what you installed in your laptop or desktop just for practice purpose, the same commands we use in real time also, because everything is same here. Now in your PC you have Linux operating system. So there you created files, folders, you're storing your personal data. All of a sudden you want to install any server, you can install there itself. No need to change any configurations. So that is also advantage. So from normal desktop PC to supercomputer, operating system is same. Am I going fast? You're clear?
Yes.
Done. Next one is reliability. Last service has been successfully been running without any single second of downtime. No downtime. 24/7. No need to restart the computer. If you do any changes also, no need to restart the computer. So that is also advantage here. Okay, so how to work without restarting, that also I'll show in further classes. And next one is security. Linux is secure. So why Linux is secure? Inbuilt IP tables are there. IP table is nothing but firewalls. In Windows we call firewall. Here we call IP tables. They are used to secure networking files. If you want, we can enable firewall, we can disable firewall as per our requirement. And SC Linux. Secured enhanced Linux. It is used to secure our local files, that I will show practically how they will secure, how to enable firewall, how to disable firewall. I'll show that. Linux is secured because inbuilt IP tables are there, means firewall is there. Linux is secure because it works with command line interface. No next finish, no auto runs. If you know commands, then only we can execute something. Now, you want to create a file, you want to create a folder, or you want to check folder content. You want to restart, you want to shut down. For everything, we use commands only. Linux works with commands. So that is also one reason why Linux. And next, Linux is secure because for every user, password authentication is compulsory. Without password, we cannot access any user account. User is there, password is compulsory. That is also one reason why Linux is secure. I am repeating, Linux is secure because inbuilt firewalls are there. Linux is secure because It works with command line interface. So without knowing commands, no one can access anything. Linux is secure because password authentication is compulsory for every user. Okay. Without password, we cannot log in into user account. Linux is secure because it doesn't support exe files. No next finish. No auto runs in Linux. Okay, so that is also one reason why Linux wins. And Linux is secure because we can encrypt a file by assigning password. We can encrypt a file by assigning password. Once a file is encrypted by password, others cannot see content of our file. If someone try to check content also, it will display the content in encrypted format, which no one can understand. So that is also one reason why Linux, we can encrypt a file. I'll show how to encrypt the file, that I'll show in further classes practically. In VA editor, I will show that. So Linux is secure. We can encrypt a file. Encryption means converting the standard format into secure format, which no one can understand. Once a file is encrypted, if someone is trying to check content of our file, it will show the content in encrypted format. If someone is trying to open our file to edit anything, it will ask for the password. Without giving password, others cannot access our account. Our file. Okay, so that is also one reason why Linux. In Windows also we can log the folders, but for that we need some third-party tools. Here it is not required. By default, we can encrypt. And next, Linux is secure because every server you will get as a configuration file. No setup files, no next finish, no .exe files here. You will get the setup files. We need to configure everything manually. As an administrator, what we configured in the setup file, it will update the same. So that is also one reason why Linux wins. Actually, in Linux, antivirus is not required because it doesn't support exe files. Most of the PCs are infecting with virus because of exe files only, right? Linux doesn't support it. And when something data is coming inside through shell, first kernel receives the data. What is kernel means? Kernel is an interface between shell and hardware. So when shell transfers the data, when you connected a pen drive, example, shell converts the data into zeros and ones. If the pen drive is infected with virus, shell converts the virus into zeros and ones and it transfers to hardware in kernel. Now what kernel will do is it will check the data. If the data is supported by hardware, it transfers the data to hardware environment. If the data is not supported by hardware environment, it resets back. So Linux is virus free from virus because of Linux kernel. Inbuilt software is there. Because of that, Linux is secure. Clear this one? Clear all the points which we discussed now as features of Linux?
Yes, madam.
Done. So these are the few reasons why we install Linux operating system. Okay, and so this is about today's session. Demo sessions I will not take long classes, but I'm completing the topics. Features of Linux is completed. Okay, and if any doubts are there, you can ask me. And if anyone registered, ask them to add you into the Telegram group. If anyone paid the fees, ask them to add into the Telegram group also. Okay, so as I told, once OS installations is started, I will share the notes to Telegram group. Okay, so tomorrow Continuation with today's class is tomorrow. I will not repeat, I will not revise. Don't think demo means tomorrow also same topic I'll explain. Tomorrow I'll explain different topic. Continuation. Okay, so this is about today's session. Thank you for the session. So if any doubts are there, you can ping me. You can message me or you can ask me. Manjit Krishna, fee is 5,000. Yes. About details, this all you can ask them, admin team only. Regarding classes, if any doubts are there, anytime you can message me. Remember, in Telegram also you can message me. Are you able to understand what I'm explaining? The concept is clear. The points are clear. What I explained. Because if you join, means you will be with me for 1 month. Remember, you should understand every point. Linux is not at all difficult. Linux is easy only, interesting actually. All the notes I will share day by day. Whatever the concepts I will explain, I'll share the notes in Telegram group. And also you can message me, you can drop a message on Telegram group when you are doing any practical if you have any doubts. Okay. In the
Ma'am,
class also, you can ask me if any doubts.
ma'am, will you cover Active Directory kind of things in Linux, LDAP?
Yeah, we'll discuss with NIS concept.
How to add Linux servers in Active Directory?
LDAP you are asking me.
Yeah. Active Directory.
Yes, yes. Active Directory, local users, how to add local users into server.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
asking about authenticating servers,
yes, yes.
Linux servers and Windows servers.
Linux authentication I will not show, but sharing I will show with Samba. LDAP will not show here. But if time permits, I will explain in the last classes. When server starts, I'll show LDAP.
Oh,
But I'll explain about NIS. Like, it is also similar to Active Directory in Windows, which acts like a centralized controller. That NIS I'll explain. LDAP also similar to NIS only, but LDAP is for centralized in all the networks. NIS is for local users. So I'll explain NIS and yes, I will explain LDAP, but if time permits, if I have time in the last classes, I'll explain. I will show that also.
okay.
Anyone else wants to ask anything? Even the points what I'm explaining at the time also, if you have any doubts, you can ask me there itself. And practicals, once OS installation class is started, from then practicals will start. Okay. Ajay, are you clear in the concepts, points, what I'm explaining?
Yes, madam.
Okay.
Madam, you can
Any doubts you can ask him.
yeah, you can
Yeah,
share
Raja,
that
yes.
points also, madam.
Sorry?
While you are explaining, right, that points also you can share, madam.
Raja, come again, ask again. You have said something.
ఐ విల్ ఎక్స్‌ప్లెయిన్ ఇన్ తెలుగు. మీరు ఎక్స్‌ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తారు కదా మేడం. ఎక్స్‌ప్లెయిన్ చేసినప్పుడు పాయింట్స్ చెప్తున్నారు కదా! అవి కూడా షేర్ చేస్తారా అంటున్నా?
Yeah, share చేస్తాను.
ఓకే మేడం.
I'll share everything.
ఓకే మేడం.
Yeah. So,
థాంక్
as
యూ.
of now, clear, అర్థమవుతుందా?
యెస్. యెస్. అర్థమవుతుంది.
Okay, done. Thank you.
ఓకే. థాంక్ యూ.